I think the first and foremost important thing is wanting to innovate and really innovate. So think out of the box and really understand that the standard solutions presented today are usually not the ones you have to look for. Another one is, and that's more or less the condition that you create then, is that to have the right people, the innovative people, and usually you need to have a mix of seasoned people with lots of domain knowledge versus people with a rather recent university or vocational education background. And another thing is then, and of course it's also in my own interest, it's very important that you have a proper outlook on what reality is about. And the key word is reality is uncertain. And if you then start from that point of view, and that seems obvious, but if you see how currently in supply chain decisions are being made, it seems that people are not aware that the decision making is based on the assumption that what you think about the future will really happen. That's not the case. So you need to be innovative, you need to have the right people on board, and you have to really understand what it means if you say my world is uncertain. Once you get there, then things move. Now that nicely links to my uncertainty perspective. It turns out that there's a real big challenge in optimization. Real optimization is to develop and apply the methodologies that can incorporate the fact that the world is uncertain. In supply chain, many people know about inventory management and know that there are very basic rules to manage inventories. Those rules are really based on the assumption that the world is uncertain. Now, if you turn to production planning and scheduling, suddenly you find that the people that think about those problems forget about the fact that there were even simpler situations where you use certain methods to optimize, and now you use something entirely different. It's really something they're not aware of. They're not aware of this fact. And that's really a big challenge. That means that both the people responsible for supply chains, and they want their supply chain optimized, but also the software vendors providing the tools, these parties have to be aware of this different thing. And that has been a kind of my mission already for many years, to make this clear, also to work on solutions that work. And we have quite some successful implementations, but it seems that it's very hard to really capture, and we are doing research on that as well. So we are now starting research on the people factor in supply chain optimization. Yeah, I would say I'm very enthusiastic about the development of the Internet of Things, and in particular the sensor technology part of it. So Internet of Things, the fact that someone knows exactly where something is very useful and important, but knowing in what condition that thing is, whether it's still in the right condition, and that you can measure this with relatively cheap devices, makes decision making completely different. So it means that we will be able to create, through that kind of information technology, far more sustainable, efficient and effective supply chains. So this triad can become reality. Instead of focusing only on efficiency or only on sustainability, we can combine those things. I truly believe that.